Welcome to another unboxing video from theplayersaid.com. My name is Grant. This past weekend we attended Gen Con just for one day, and in the exhibitors hall we were walking around, and Renegade Games Studios, I think is what their official name is. You can see the logo here. They now have all the rights to the Hasbro, I think, Game Master series, specifically Axis and Allies. And lo and behold, we were walking by and we saw about 100 of these stacked up. And so this is a new edition. This is a second edition, I believe, of Axis and Allies World War I 1914. Came out in 2013, I believe. So 10 years later, they're doing this second edition. So this is Axis and Allies, but it deals with World War I, as I mentioned. Very iconic cover. I've always felt like Axis and Allies, all of those Game Master series games, have done these fantastic collage cover graphics that are always amazing. You've got everybody on here. All the country flags there represented. You can see a couple of the different theaters. Here's obviously the Western Front. Over here you might have Gallipoli. Here's some Germans in a trench. Obviously you see the biplanes, the Red Baron specifically here. Just a really great iconic cover. I just love it. So when I saw this, I absolutely had to get it. There was a coupon for $5 off. I paid $95. I overpaid probably by 15 or 20 bucks because I came back and I saw it. Now I think that was the first edition for like 70. But yeah, new edition. So let me answer the question that you probably have in your mind right now. Well, what is new, Grant? I have not gone through all the rule books. I've not gone through everything in it, but I did read where there were three major additions or changes to the game. One, they have incorporated all known errata since the first edition in 2013. So the rule book has been upgraded. The second thing is they've added additional French and German army pieces, or maybe it's British and German army pieces, because I think the comment was that they just didn't quite have enough at the time. They've also added additional chips, which mark the numbers under the men and the units on the board. So those appear to be the three big changes, but great looking game, huge box, very Axis and Allies, and I'm very excited about it. That's why I ended up buying it. Here's a look at the back. You can see the setup. The thing that really got me when I walked by the game is they had this setup, and just seeing the naval units and the different colors and the interesting map. The map is kind of cockeyed a little bit, which I thought was very cool. It shows North Africa here with, the Ottoman Empire, and the Middle East over here with obviously the Western Theater and Russia over there. But I just thought it looked so good on the table that I definitely ended up going ahead and getting it. As is typical for these games, you've got two big game boards. They're mounted map boards, 406 plastic pieces, 120 control markers, 190 plastic chips, and once again, those are put under units. National storage boxes, which is a really nice touch, keeps this game very organized, nice and neat. You have a general storage box for some of the markers, a battle board, the big rule book, and then there are 36 different dice that come with the game. So let's go ahead, without further ado, I feel like I've beat around the bush enough. Let's go ahead and open the box. Big game. I'm probably going to have to go ahead and raise my camera a little bit, especially once we get the maps, the boards out. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the boards first. And I apologize, I got indigestion today. I had lunch about an hour and a half ago. But yeah, so here's the kind of the North African, Spain, and Africa map. And then over here is let me go ahead and lay that out. You can see it's huge, as a good Axis and Allies game should be, but a really nice looking board. Great colors. Love how they stand out. I'm going to go ahead and kind of pan up a little bit. Sorry about the herky-jerkiness. You can see Italy here, France. You've obviously got the Hungarian, Austro-Hungarian Empire here. Germany, German-held territory. Britain. Over here is the Balkans, and then Ottoman, kind of Middle East area, and then Russia, kind of in red there. So really cool looking board, as would be expected. You've got your national production chart down here. Different little player aids. United States way over here, and obviously you can see Africa and the African continent. Very cool looking board. Love the colors and the national symbols really stand out and make this a very nice looking game. Let's go ahead and look at the rule book. So here is the rule book. And it's the only rule book you get. You just get one. And it's, so if you played Axis and Allies, this is very, very comparable. There are some additional rules. 23 pages of rules. And there are specifically orders about multinational troops attacking and moving together, which I thought was pretty interesting. Obviously, rules on sea combat and amphib landings, control of territory, the combat sequence with that battle board I'll show you here in just a minute. Specifics about minefields, amphibious assault, reinforcement. Here's the land units kind of shown. You've got infantry, artillery, and then tanks. And then you have fighter planes. Very cool. Purchase and repair of units. There is looks like an optional rule here for the Russian Revolution. There are minor powers that can be mobilized. There's that battle board and the dice. The territories and sea zones. I already showed you the national production chart. IPCs, industrial production credits. We all know that. Here is the starting income of the different countries. And you'll notice there are 8 total countries represented. As you know, World War I was absolutely a global conflict. I believe the United States, and is it Italy, is played together? I'll have to double check that. But you've got the Central Powers, Austria-Hungary, Germany, and then the Ottoman Empire, 3 of them. And then you've got the Entente powers, Allied powers, Russia, France, Britain, Italy, and then the United States. And as you know, U.S. isn't going to come in until 1917, 1918. Here's a look at those storage boxes I'll show you here in just a minute. But very much what you would expect from an Axis and Allies game, but a very nice edition. I mean, this is a very nice production, and I'm very excited, once again, to have it. That's why I bought it. I really wanted it badly. Here's that battle board, and really it just tracks the different types of units, because remember, each unit hits on a different number. For instance, here you've got attacking infantry hit on a 2, infantry with artillery support hit on a 3, battleship offshore bombardment a 4, attacking artillery a 3, artillery with air supremacy support is going to hit on a 4, and then tanks here, attacking tank 2, artillery support a 3. So just a simple battle board. It's surrounded by a, not really sure why they felt the need to do that. You're just going to tear that off. But a simple battle board, nothing real fancy. Bunch of counters. Once again, the national flag shown, beautiful, bright, vibrant colors. Love how they stand out. They're circular. They are not dual-sided on the back. They're black. So let's pop out one of these French ones. Nice, simple, round. We've got England. Look pretty good on the board. You can throw those down there. You know, just something to show control when you've taken over areas. Fairly standard. I'm going to go ahead and put the entire box here and show you the different holding little organization boxes. Really, really nice. Kind of a neat thing. They show all the icons, and then the one that's brightest there, you can see the Russian eagle, is what this who this box is. They have the starting IPCs shown there, and then here's your setup guide with the different infantry and artillery units and naval units that you put out on the board. They come in a bag, sealed for freshness. It's a Ziploc bag. No, it's not a Ziploc bag. You're going to rip this open. I'll go ahead and rip it open, and then you're just going to store those loose pieces there in the bag or the box. But yeah, I mean, in typical Axis and Allies fashion, just really great little models. Love this battleship, and each of them are, I think, just slightly different. Particularly the infantry. So this is the Russian infantry. You've got artillery. You've got, these are subs, maybe blockades and things like that. I was looking. This looks like a liner. Don't know if that's like the Lusitania or that type of liner, or if that's a merchant marine or something like that. Let me see if I can find one of the. Yeah, so here's an artillery piece. You can see that gun, pretty cool looking. Yeah, there's a tank. Tanks are always pretty nifty. I mean, World War I tanks are pretty amazing. And let's see if they have, I don't see any aircraft. Maybe Russia doesn't have aircraft. Oh, no, they're there. Maybe they just have one or two. They just don't seem very prevalent. Upside down, but I mean, look at that. Look at the detail on that. Just really cool. So that's Russia. Let's go ahead and by comparison, let's look at Austria-Hungary. They kind of have a dark green color. Let's go ahead and rip that bag open. You're always going to get me with miniatures. I love them. Alexander loves miniatures. So you're always going to get me. Bright green, beautiful color. Infantry looks like it's the same, so maybe they are not the same or not different. Here's like a cruiser, and then here's the battleship, which looks very, very similar to the first Russian one we looked at. Let's see if their plane looks different. If I can find it now, it looks exactly the same. So yeah, kind of generic. They're all the same, but they're still very, very cool. Here again, you can see the Austria-Hungarian symbol there standing out. And once again, 2, 4, 6, 8 different nations that you can play as. But once again, I think the U.S. and someone else plays together. Let's go ahead and open up the generic holding box. This is where a lot of the dice and the chips are going to be. Very small 6-siders, just square, black, 6-sided dice. That's fine. Doesn't need to be fancy. And then here's all the different chips from 1s to probably 5s and 10s. These are represented. But yeah, lots of those. You have plenty of those. So there you go. I think I've shown you everything in the game. There's a lot of different stuff, but it's all similar and contained in these. But a really nice, organized package. Really enjoy that. I think that's going to look really great when it's all set up. In fact, I know it looks really great because that's one of the reasons that I frickin' bought the thing, because it did look so amazing. And really excited to give this a go. Not sure we're going to get to it this year. We have a Guns of August event planned for August of this year, but we are trying our best just to play, I think it's 4 games. So we don't want to overdo it. We got other games we got to play. We got new releases we want to play. But this is one maybe next year we'll take to a convention or get a play in during Guns of August. We're going to do a Guns of August probably every year. We've really grown interested in World War I. So thanks for watching. Once again, Axis and Allies World War I 1914, brand new edition, 2nd edition from Renegade Games. The old classic Hasbro Game Master Series concept, lots of miniatures, lots of dice. This is an Ameritrash area control war game. So hopefully we're going to have fun with this. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. I've been Grant for the Player's Aid.